say exactly what Vishnu and you said, Garge, is just the heart of this program. And I frankly am so moved by His Holiness the Dalai Lama's message to us. It means so much. And even Madhuri Dixit talking about dogs on the road, stray dogs and cats. And this is, I think, a topic that is very close to the heart of NDTV. Kindness to animals. It is like, it's a reflection of what we are as a society. And a lot of people, a lot of viewers may ask, oh, there's so much suffering among human beings in India, there's so much poverty, malnutrition. Why are you talking about animals? Why don't we focus on human beings? And in our perspective, these are not mutually exclusive. They are a reflection of what our society is. You can do both. And there's so much neglect of the cruelty that animals face every day in our society. So I think what you're doing, Parag, and your whole team is just wonderful. But how would you answer this question that viewers have? That, there's so much human suffering. Why should animal suffering be a focus?
Pranay, first of all, I would like to really thank you and the entire NDTV team for having us on the show. Thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure.
The question that you asked is something that comes up very often. And I would like to make 3 key points. The first is that the scale and intensity of suffering of animals is huge, it's immense. And it is actually not visible to all of us. And Vishnu spoke about the scale of suffering, which is in millions and billions of animals, it's staggering numbers. But actually it is, the shocking part is the intensity of suffering of an animal at an individual level. And let me give you some examples. A female adult pig spends most of her life of 2 years in a crate, breeding and feeding, that's all. Imagine a life, if we were to live in a box or a crate our entire life, which is the size of our body. Male chicks are ground while alive. They are shred when they are alive. An egg-laying hen actually lives her entire life in a battery cage, which is the size of an A4 paper, and she can't even open her wings. There are many such examples. If I buy an exotic breed of dog, they are actually bred by using rape stands, where the dogs are forced to mate. So the point that I'm making is that the scale and intensity of suffering is huge. The second important point that I want to make is that it's not just about the animals. It is about the human health. It is also about the health of the planet. There is increasing evidence that biodiversity, sustaining the flora and the fauna, the climate change, the transmission of diseases from animal species to humans, all these issues are interlinked. And I think what is good for the animals is also good for us and for the planet. And finally, Pranay, I would like to make a point that while it appears to be a complex issue, I believe it is possible to solve it. So all of us on this show and the people who are watching it and beyond, we don't get up in the morning thinking that today I am going to exploit an animal or I am going to be cruel to an animal. But it is still happening every single second. And the reason for that is that it has become part of the system. It has become acceptable, and that's what we need to change. And I do strongly believe, Pranay, that if all of us were to become aware of the intensity of suffering that lies behind a product or service that I am consuming, and if I become aware that there are alternatives available, then things will change. And it is this belief, these facts, this conviction that actually gave rise to the idea of India Animal Fund.